As soon as you try and get into BIM, you'll quickly come up against all kinds of big words and terminology that can throw you. This video is your way in, your cheat card and your reference sheet, preparing you for the daunting new world and helping you actually understand what's going on in those important meetings that you go to. Now, my colleague Tom has already counted down the top 10 BIM acronyms, but that was acronyms and this is words. You might also have been distracted in that video by his facial beard thing. No chance of that here. First up is information model. Within a building information modelling process, project teams contribute information and data about a proposed built asset in a shared digital space called a common data environment. The digital information contributed could include specifications, schedules, performance requirements, programs, cost plans and so on, and of course some drawings. Those drawings are created in 3D by different members of the project team in private. They are then put together into one 3D model to check that they coordinate before being shared with the wider project team. The information we mentioned earlier, the non-graphical information, is linked to the graphical 3D model. When you explore and click on different parts of the 3D representation, you'll be able to access the information about it. Clicking on a door, for example, might give you information on its manufacturer, costs, performance level, lead time, and when it will need replacing. The whole thing is known as an information model, so when you hear people say building information model or BIM model, this is what they mean. Next up is dataset. And this is reasonably straightforward as it is another term for the information model we've just described. The model formed of graphical and non-graphical information in its entirety is known as a dataset. It will build in richness as more information and details are added over a building's lifespan. Next we have Federate, which is a particularly serious sounding word for the reasonably simple concept of putting those different information models together into one. For the graphical information, you do this using a software tool, making sure that the separate models you are federating, i.e. putting together, have been created to the same scale and coordinates. The non-graphical information comes over with each graphical model too. The entire thing is then known as a federated model and is shared in the common data environment. At BIM level 2, this enables different members of the design team to work on their elements before overlaying them together to undertake clash detection and pick up issues with coordination before heading to site. It also gives all parties one clear source of structured information, rather than lots of different pieces from many different people. And that's it. Federating is just the process of bringing two or more models together, bringing things together. You might have to federate with your friends at the weekend, for example. If you thought federate was a bit of a geeky word, then get a load of this one. Interoperability. Yes, it's a real word. Yes, you might hear people using it. In basic terms, it means the ease with which different software programs talk to each other. So if you create a document using one piece of software in your office, how easily can it be shared and opened by somebody using a different piece of software in their office? In a BIM environment, with lots of different people creating different pieces of digital information that all need to come together, it's key to work out file interoperability from the outset. For example, if your 3 different designers create their models in 3 different types of software, and then federate them in a 4th type of software before sharing them with you, you need to ensure that files can be exchanged, opened, viewed and interrogated easily between all the platforms and that pieces of data are not lost or corrupted in the process. The Standardized Industry Foundation Classes, or IFC file format developed by Building Smart, has helped hugely with this. Most model authoring software tools give you the ability to save things in IFC format, a common language that all other software types can read. Next we have the Originator, and whilst it might sound like the bad guy in a Batman film, it simply means the person or organisation that creates a specific piece of digital information in the first place. So if you create a piece of model data and it went on to form part of a federated model in a common data environment, then for that piece of digital information you are known as the Originator. Next we have attribute data. Earlier on we spoke about non-graphical information being linked and referenced to a graphical 3D model. We highlighted that you could select a door, then see all kinds of information about it. Well, that information is known as its attributes and is hence called attribute data. Attribute data about all kinds of different elements and systems in a project forms part of what is known in overall terms as non-graphical data. We saved perhaps the techiest term to last, data drop. All this means is the process of presenting fixed information at a given point or milestone in a project, for example when submitting planning permission or a handover. The British Standard Guidance Document PAS 1192 Part 2 highlights a number of points in the project process where sets of information can be extracted from the information model. These are what we call data drops. Now we've chosen to tackle the big terms here, but of course there are many more out there. If there are some that are really leaving you stumped, comment below, let us know, and we'll have a go at answering them.